Hello, nerds! Thank you for joining me here on Nerd News Clips. This is the second channel. This is the place for all of the short-form content as well as the individual sections and just generally speaking smaller things. If you are into the longer form content, youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. With that out of the way, let's get into this. Jumping right into gaming and tech, this is a little bit bigger than normal as well, so I kind of lied when I said music and movies were keeping the episode afloat. But first, we have some follow-ups to get into, and our first follow-up has to do with Netflix. What with all of the craziness going on, I'm sure you heard, this is not the piece that you think we're going to be talking about. Yes, they did lose 200,000 subscribers instead of gaining 2.5 million subscribers. They lost over Q1 of this year, and they're trying to blame a plethora of things, not the least of which password sharing, which is a little silly. But they also announced this past week that they are going to be rolling out, and they will be the last of the major streaming platforms, but they are going to be rolling out ad-supported Netflix. So this is going to be a thing that happens, but it still sounds like it's going to take a couple of years, not just months or weeks like you would hope, but a couple of years before we actually see ad-supported Netflix as an actual thing. I really don't understand why it has taken Netflix this long to come to this point. Hulu's been doing this forever. HBO Max does this. Peacock does this. Disney Plus even does this. So yeah, really? I'm going to hand the question off to you though, nerds. Is this enough to keep you on the platform or to get you to subscribe if you are not currently subscribed to Netflix? Is the potential of a cheaper, and no announcement yet as to what the monthly payment is going to be, but presumably it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 to $8 a month. Would you pay that for ad-supported content? And it being Netflix, like there's definitely a big Pandora's box involved with that name just in general. So is this going to be enough to get you to either resubscribe or subscribe for the first time to Netflix? Let's definitely have that conversation. Next in follow-ups, we have an Instagram piece. We've been keeping tabs on how they've been trying to mimic TikTok. And the next step in that evolution is templates. You are now going to be, and these are currently in beta testing right now. So there are certain markets where if you live in this market, you probably have the ability to do templates for your Instagram Reels. TikTok did. It feels like a bad South Park joke. TikTok did it. TikTok did it. Is somebody going to try something new for a change, or is everybody just going to be copying each other until Elon buys them all out? I don't know. It's just, what do you feel about templates on Instagram Reels? Do you even use Reels, or is it just a secondary place to post your TikToks? Let's have that conversation as well. That is what we have for follow-ups, though. We do have a couple of trailers in gaming and tech. First trailer comes from Sonic Origins. We announced this game when it was, we covered this game actually when it was originally announced. Sorry, tongue twister. Now we have a proper release date. It is going to be June 23rd. It is going to be on all current and next-gen consoles. So you're looking at Xbox One, PS4, Xbox One X and S, as well as Series X and S, as well as PlayStation 5 and Switch, and I don't remember if it was on Steam. Probably. PC to some degree, for sure. So yeah, pretty awesome. Watch the trailer. It looks like it's going to be a pretty faithful port from the little bit that you do get to see in the trailer. Our next trailer that we have to talk about is actually a little bit more than just a trailer. We have the Season 13 trailer for Apex Legends, and we also have the announce with this. There's no date for this just yet. They just released the first trailer, but and we see the new legend in the game, a guy called Newcastle. Still don't know exactly what his abilities are going to be, though in the trailer you do see he has a shield of some sort, so how that factors into his abilities, we don't know. However, we do know that Respawn is going to be reworking the ranked system somehow. They've been pretty scant on the details. What they have let us know so far, though, is that you're not safe anymore. You're not safe from downgrading levels. You could very well downgrade levels. We also know that they're going to favor people who utilize teamwork and people who are strategists in that arena. So instead of just running off away from your team, which happens to me all the time when I'm playing with randoms, but instead of running off and dying and screwing over the other two guys on your team, they are reportedly going to somehow make you want to stick around and do teamwork things. Again, once we get more details, we will be covering them right here on the show. Those are the two trailers we have. Now we have a tech piece in the world of food, and this one it kind of has me a little bit worried because my day job is I make food for a living, and this is just this is a sign of the times. Let's just put it that way. So Jack in the Box, before I get too far away from this, Jack in the Box is the most recent restaurant. They are, I believe, the third major chain, but definitely not the third overall restaurant to try this. They're just the most recent restaurant to automate their kitchen staff. So it's going to be machines flipping burgers and dropping fries and so on and so forth instead of people. This is what happens when you raise minimum wage to ridiculous levels, $15 an hour. I understand the argument of livable wage, quote unquote, but then define livable wage and who deserves to get a livable wage. Does everybody deserve to get a livable wage? Is it the kid who just graduated high school and is still living at home with his parents and has no bills? Does he deserve to get the same livable wage as the single mom who's raising two kids and who has to work 3 jobs? Like, there's a deeper argument than just livable wage. Anyway, I'm rambling and we're getting too political, and I don't like to do that. But yeah, Jack in the Box automating their kitchens in the San Diego area. I believe it's just one restaurant right now, but very likely it's going to roll out into multiple restaurants, and then we're just going to see the decline of fast food. Like, it's that great to begin with. Anyway, that is what we have for our gaming and tech section. So let's do our gaming and tech suggestion for the week. And this one was simple. Apex Legends. Before Season 13 drops, you need to polish up those skills and see what it means to be a team player. So go play Apex Legends. It's free to play. You don't have to pay anything. You can play, there's the basic roster of Legends, and you can do all of the stuff that all of the paid content can do. You just can't do it as flashy, that's all. So yeah, go play some Apex Legends, brush up on your abilities before Season 13 drops sometime in the near future. Once again, this has been just a brief segment from the larger episode that has been posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go over there for the long form content, or just subscribe here if you want it in bite-sized chunks. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.